All right, my fish fam, we're back with modern Merfolk. I need to get my head into Merfolk because at MagicCon Minneapolis 2023, happening May 5th to 7th, I will be there playing the side events all day, playing Legacy and Modern, because I found that the Secret Lair Showdown is going to be standard, and I said, F it, I'm not playing that format. Nope. Not going to buy cards or play test for a format I don't like or enjoy. We're going to play side events. We're going to try to win boxes with modern Merfolk. So I have to get my head back into this format. And, you know, for the longest time, I'm looking at the deck list. I'm looking at Yawgmoth. I'm looking at creativity. A really good card right now would be Counterspell, to be honest. I think Counterspell is really well positioned at the moment. It probably should see some play, but there is a problem. Our mana base won't allow it. With 4 Cavernous Souls and 4 Immutable, no, not gonna happen. Now, I could admit that if you take out 2 Cavernous Souls, you'll make this sort of playable. You won't have Counterspell by turn 2 consistently, but by turn 3 and 4, you will. So if you want to make that concession of going down 2 counterspells, go for it. However, there's a lot of counterspell decks out there. Every Cascade deck is playing Mystical Dispute, and the Blue-Red Murktide deck is above and beyond the most popular deck in Modern at the moment. It has been for a very long time. It's not going to go away, and they are packing tons of counterspells. That's why we're playing with 4 Cavernous Souls. Let's use the baby brother of Counterspell. Let's try out Mana Leak in the main deck. And I'm hoping that this card is not going to be too clunky. We do have flashers. We got Trickster as a flash creature. We have Hexcatcher as a flash creature. We even have Subtlety as a flash creature. So hopefully we're going to have that Mana Leak up pretty often. I found that Force Negation in the main, like while it was like sort of a necessity when you have it in the main, it's really clunky. Like it's just clunky. Like you're hardly casting this card. It's very hard to cast. You're usually 2-for-1ing yourself, especially with our mana base here. So Mana Leak, when it's dead, it'll probably be just as dead as Force and Negation most of the time, except this thing can hit creatures. This can hit the creatures from the Yawgmoth deck. I can actually counter Yawgmoth, hopefully some percentage of the time. Hopefully they don't have too much mana up to negate the effect of Mana Leak. But also Mana Leak can counter the Ren and 6s, the Indomitable Creativity. It can hit the Fable of the Mirror Breaker. So there's a lot of targets for Mana Leak that I would like without having to 2-for-1 myself, and I think Mana Leak, I think Counterspell, and hopefully Mana Leak as the baby brother is going to be what is well positioned in today's Modern metagame. We've got some Silvergill Adepts in the sideboard. Truth be told, I don't think Silvergill Adept is good enough for the main deck anymore, but I'm not against it in the sideboard. Let's keep testing with some Silvergill Adepts in the sideboard. Truth be told, I don't know a whole lot of cards I'd want here anyway. Maybe Orvar, that shapeshifter that's really good versus the creativity deck, to have that bam, a little bit of extra power when they combo off, but I don't like being in those situations. Otherwise, this could be maybe 2 more subtleties, and these subtleties could be like Phantasmal Image in the main. All right, well, that's enough talking. More playing. Let's go play some Modern Merfolk. Why not Counterspell? Because my mana base won't allow it. I have 4 Cavernous Souls and 4 Immutables and only 12 islands, which means you need like, I think 20 islands or 20 blue sources to have blue up by turn 2. I think 18 is fine-ish in this type of deck. Or like, I mean, I would live with 14. You won't have it by turn 2 consistently, but turn 3 and 4 you would. But that, like, anyway, that's the risk. That's the give and take you have with Counterspell in this type of list.
Still waiting for the Nika box with egg storage.
The Nika, what?
My deck box.
Oh. The egg storage. Okay, gameplay. This hand looks terrible. We rolled a 1. So we're on the draw. I think I'm just going to mulligan this. 3 Sveiloon.
It's a full house.
That's not a full house. Oh, I guess with the Cavernous Souls. Yeah. Cavernous Souls full house. Yeah, Sveiloon's full of cavern. I'm going to mulligan. We don't have nothing to do on turn 1. Very clunky hand. This hand's a lot better. We'll keep, I guess we'll dump. We'll go Dumpster the Trickster. And hopefully turn 1 Dismember, turn 2 Tide Shaper, and Lord into Lord will carry us to victory. The lower you go down on cards, the more power you want to keep in your hand for the most part. Please be Ragavan so I can dumpster the stupid thing. It's so hard to line up my Dismembers with Ragavan these days. Yes! I've never been so happy to see Ragavan. Truth be told, I shouldn't be happy at all. We have an Ottawara.
Ottawa.
Goodbye. So long, soccer.
Having to pay 3 mana for Mana Leak is pretty backbreaking in most decks. They can't do it.
Huh?
Having to pay 3 mana with
Oh yeah,
Mana
it
Leak.
is Matt. Yeah, it is backbreaking. Oh, Approaching Calamity, thank you so much for the super chat. Well, no, it's not for me. It's actually for you. It looks like we're up against Scam. I got scammed by this deck.
All right.
I got scammed by this deck a little while ago.
Thank
Son
you.
of a bitch. What's with these Ragavans? So frustrating.
You'll get me a Pepsi in Minneapolis.
Yeah, I guess so. What made you fall in love with Merfolk? I love blue creature-based decks. I love artifacts. I love counter spells. I love and I guess I love blue creatures. Love drawing cards.
He likes the paths of strategy and all the different lines that you can take.
I think what ooh, this is complicated now. Okay, so with the dock hand, if I want to curve out properly, because I was thinking of playing Tide Shaper here, locking down the red source, forcing our opponent to cash in their treasure token if they wanted to play the Ragavan, but maybe now I play this. Do you know what? I think I still don't. I think I'm going to play Tide Shaper anyway. It's not going to help me curve out well, but I think it's ideal to play like this to still make my opponent use up their red source. I mean, I don't know if this is their only red source, but I want this treasure token off the battlefield. Because otherwise I could play a Lord now, then Tide Shaper and Dock Hand by next turn. But whatever. Would they exile off the top of our deck? A Cavern?
Useless.
Should have waited for combat. No, there's a risk doing that, Mason, because this deck plays those Undying Evil cards. Those cards where, like, if a creature would die, put it back onto the battlefield with a +1/+1 counter. So that's like almost like a counter spell for, it's almost like a counter to a removal spell. So I didn't want to have anything to do with that. Oh, look at this. Not even, oh, oh! Okay. Okay, it's dead. You got it.
You wanted him to use that token.
Yeah. Okay, Ragavan is back.
Uglier than ever.
Are they up on cards yet? Not really.
Dismember.
I honestly want to block this Ragavan. So my options are I could play a Lord, but I could also play Dock Hand and play the Mutavault, and those are 2 blockers. And it doesn't seem terrible. And then we just go Lord into Lord into Lord. It's just so important that you don't let these Ragavans, like, run away with the game. That's so bad. Surprise Terminate is still playable in 2023. Oh no, it's plenty playable. It's great. Still kills things. Mason says, ages ago I went to a modern tournament. I let my friends borrow Merfolk and he won the whole tournament. I was playing Jeskai back when Geist was a thing. My god, that was what, 2014? That's a long time ago.
It's almost a decade ago.
Tommy thought it was Zoolander that got me into Merfolk.
Yeah, that scene where he's a mermaid.
Yeah.
Changed your whole life.
Water. Life is, water is the essence of everything or something.
Water is the essence of wetness.
Yeah, the essence of wetness. Ah, here comes grief. To steal 2 of my lords, probably. They're not doing this for nothing. You're gonna Undying this thing? And we know what you're gonna do. We're gonna take one of my lords first.
Vegas Odd says, Lord of Atlantis.
Mason says you're old. I'm old too. Okay, so you coming back, Grief? Coming back worse than ever? Yeah. Alright, it's coming back. Feign death.
That's a pretty cheap
Just
card.
pretending. Gonna come back tapped.
You could play this card, Feign Death.
I could play any of these. I could play Ragavan if I wanted to. If I really wanted to. When are they banning this stupid card? My god, I'm getting angry at this thing. Always on the draw, too. Ooh, that is very tempting. I could block with this Mutavault, which is not particularly useful right now. Hard to hold up manas and stuff. So I can block or keep the Mutavault. But Mutavault's a bigger clock. Also, I can tap down my opponent's resources. Okay, so let's...
Hi, I assume you said something about the new green fish.
Yeah, it's crap. That's crap. I don't like it. I think the whole idea of trying to block Sorry, like, what's it called? I think the whole idea of trying to attack and deal damage to get lands back from your graveyard to the battlefield, that's way too much. I think the card is pretty iffy, even if you,
Mutavault.
I just got rid of a Mutavault. You
I
calling for
mean,
more
Aether
Mutavaults?
Vial.
This would have been great a long time ago. Alright, well, we gonna play this. And are we racing? We racing! Let's go. Is Gen still a thing in Modern? Yes, it takes the form of this type of deck. Well, no, actually, no, it's a very different deck, but it's like, look up Urza Ragavan. Just look up Jund Ragavan. Andre donated 50 Czech dollars. Check that out. Remember it from Extended back in the day of Blightning and... oh, God. That's a long time ago. So if I can just lord them out, I mean, I could win. That's possible. It also requires my opponent to stop playing things.
That's the hardest part of them.
Why? And I got the subtlety in hand. But I don't got a blue card for it.
You gotta ban all these evoke cards.
No, don't, because I do want this one.
Okay, everyone except the subtlety.
Yeah. Truth be told, I don't mind Fury existing. Wait, what do I need now? Because I don't think a Trickster, I guess? A lot of Tricksters. Well, hello there. This card is not very good in this matchup, because this is a tap-out matchup, mostly. We're mostly tapping out to do stuff. I hope they play something so we can mana leak it, and then maybe they'll try to play around it next game, because I'll side them all out. Yeah, look up Jund Saga. That's probably the closest thing to Jund right now. Woo! Mutavault, baby! Still looking for that Trickster. Play something. Excellent, that was something. I'll let you get scared. That's right. You play around that next time. You never know, I have a mana leak up my sleeve. Some of my local game stores playing Hardened Scales and Affinity. Oh yeah, well, I mean, that's still a deck. I mean, I'm still playing Merfolk. There's a lot of fringe decks in Modern. That's what makes Modern modern.
Trickster.
Trickster would do it. That's a nice card, but a little too... okay, technically we should actually play this out. Actually, I probably should have attacked with Mutavault just to... I mean, like, it's not stopping my opponent from attacking at all. Chris is still playing Death Shadow. I got crushed by Death Shadow a little while ago.
No, you cannot see that last card.
Yeah, nope.
It's not for
Hidden information. All right, the way I want to approach this matchup, super threat dense. So we're taking out all this stuff. I don't actually love the Tide Shapers in this matchup. Very weak to Fury. Very weak just Spreading Seas effect in general. We do want Spreading Seas effects though, so I can attack through a bunch of Young Pyromancer tokens. So we're bringing Spreading Seas. This is going to be a tap out matchup, so I'm going to get rid of the what's it called? The mana leaks. I do want card advantage in the form of Silvergill Adapt. However, this is like one of those matchups where it's like iffy. It's like, it's okay, but it dies to a lot of stuff. Like, it's very vulnerable to Fury. I want Harbinger because this is how we survive those like really early grief games. Like, you just want to maximize what you can top deck. I got to bring a card back in. I guess we'll bring back in a Tide Shaper. Can at least block a Ragavan. And I think that be it. All right, let's go. Yeah, Menace. His hand's okay.
Yeah, that's better.
On the play, maybe it's fine. Yeah, I'll try to Spreading Seas them out. I won't play this turn 1. We just started King Ginger. This is game 2 of match 1. Actually, that might have been a mistake. Whatever. It's not a big one. I could play Mutavault because if my opponent goes Grief, Reanimate Grief, then I'm screwed on my Spreading Seas. Oh, no. They're playing around Spreading Seas. Smarty Pants. Island. Or Blue Sword. That's good enough. Now I can hold up Trickster and then Harbinger it. Like, you can tempo these decks out, which is cool. Also, if they go for the Grief plan or whatever. They might have like a handful of Furies, which means I'll have to be very careful how many creatures I put on the battlefield. That is interesting. You have no lands now, huh? So you're all... Okay, how do I do this? Okay, let's wait a little bit. We're gonna wait a little bit. Let them discard some cards. Yeah. Okay. So that the way I'm interpreting this is they've got like Fury and a bunch of these Undying Malice cards. So we're waiting. We're gonna wait a little bit. They might have a lot of removal too. Still don't want to do anything. I don't want to play anything into this.
Build up your equity.
Something like that. I'll attack with Mutavaults. Or maybe I'm not even going to do that. Well, Subtlety is a nice one to just throw on the board later. Because, man, this hand is so good. In some sense. Maybe it sucks, though, if my opponent doesn't do anything. Is Neobrand still around? No. The deck is, I mean, some people can play the deck, but it sucks. Do something, yeah, play something. They're waiting for us to play something. But we're not doing anything. So don't Thoughtseize me, please. Oh, now they're getting stuff.
That is going to be a pain.
So if you Fury, I can bounce it with Harbinger. Okay, that's fine. Just trying to figure out the consequences of putting the Subtlety onto the battlefield. Are you playing the legendary drop Modern Horizons 2 Merfolk? The 3? Yeah. No, I'm playing Subtlety. Sorry, not Subtlety, Svalin. Definitely. Okay, so this is where I expect them to go ham. Because they don't have Grief. I think they have like a bunch of Furies in hand and these stupid things. So if they want to spend a Fury just to kill a Subtlety, that's like a 2-for-1. I'm totally fine with that, and we'll bounce it back to their hand with Harbinger. And then I just had to be very... Oh. Screw everything I just said. It's all meaningless. See, maybe I'm just going to beat them down with Mutavaults. What did they do with the Voidwalker? Put on the bottom? Alright, so they don't want to play with that card anymore. Okay, so now we'll first Spreading Seas, a Blood Crypt.
Another one, another one, another one, another one, another one. More.
Silver Gill Adapt. Okay, I'm fine with that. That's card advantage. Show him a dock hand, I guess. So innocent.
Another one, another one, another one, another one.
I want lands. Okay, that's not lands. That might help me versus a Fury. Well, not really. It'll come into play twice, so everything will just get completely annihilated. I think the plan here is I just have to I have to do my best to not commit too many cards to the battlefield. Which is going to be hard to do, especially if they commit cards to the battlefield. They're getting close to just hard casting a Fury. Okay, Fable. There's nothing I can do against that. Did they just keep a hand? No, I'm like almost 100% certain they have Fury.
Big.
I'm so incentivized to like try to trickster this thing. Do I want to attack and let this goblin token? Whenever it attacks, you get a token. That sucks. Wish I was like chewing them up with these Mutavaults earlier. Okay, we got a lot of cards. How to make use out of all of them. Start off with attack, because I am ahead here, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay, if they block with the Goblin token, I'm not in love with that, but I want to reduce my liability versus a Fury. And probably we're going to tap this Goblin token and then bounce it with Harbinger. Let's try to use our cards now. They were done discarding cards. Alright, what are they going to discard? If they're going to discard anything. They need lands, right? That seems to be what they're missing. They got rid of a Seasoned Pyromancer. Only one card. I'd love to go wild on their board, but it's so hard. Because then they're gonna wipe the whole thing out with Fury, and I don't have any defense to Fury right now. Maybe I should have saved that. Maybe I should have. Maybe. You know what I was thinking? No, I didn't really think about this. I should have emptied my board, emptied my hand. Grief is. I'm not happy about that card, but okay.
He doesn't have the mana to rebound it. That's what's important.
Who cares? I'm getting really close to... If I draw an island, I could play like Lord. Well, I don't know what they're going to do. They took my Hexcatcher. That's interesting. Because I'm really close to doing something like Lord, attack for 9. They're tapped out. Then if they go for Fury... Through any means. Oh, that's an interesting card, too.
You have full life.
Does Fury have Flash? No. But Fury is devastating. Especially if they bring it back from the graveyard with Undying Malice. Well, that's okay, so that's a weird thing. So I could dismember the Fury in response. Now with Dismember. Also, you can Trickster the Fury as well. I don't have that line anymore. So I could bounce this thing. Or just let it resolve. Because I have a lot of options. I can go Master, attack for 6, put my opponent to 7. They Fury away Trickster. Or I could attack for 9, put him to 4. Man, I'm just short of mana from doing everything I possibly want. Fury with Flash is insane. That's why it's so important to have Spreading Seas in this matchup, because it's not like Tide Shaper, which will die. So I'm guaranteed Island Walk here. Okay, go for 9 or go for 6, put him to 7 with Dismember back up. Then if Fury hits, you kill off 2 things. I'm going to take 5, go to 15, but then Dismember puts me to 11. That's okay. But maybe they have a bunch of these Undying things. Their hand is... Okay, we gotta remember, their hand is sort of full.
4 cards is not a hand.
I could also attack for 4. If they block with Grief, sure. And then I play Harbinger, bounce this. You know, let's do that. That's not bad. And then I don't expose myself to everything. And keep some Lords in hand. Okay, they do want to block with the Grief. That puts a little less pressure on me. I'll have to say Fury can still blow up my board. Okay, so we'll cast this. Fable of the Mirror Breaker is also a little dangerous.
Boink.
Boing! Okay, we got nothing now. Favorite Merfolk? My favorite Merfolk, I guess, is Svelun. Svelun! How does that work if they Undying Evil their reflections of Kiki Jiki? Does it come back as an enchantment? When this creature dies, it returns to the battlefield tapped under its owner's control with a counter on it. How does that work? I've never seen that before. I've never seen that interaction. If I kill this thing, they Undying Evil it. Does it just come back as a Fable of the Mirror Breaker with a counter on it?
The whole server crashes and everything goes...
Yeah. What's going on here? It's for the judges. I think Ragavan need to have Hexproof and Indestructible. Yeah. That'd be great if Magic the Gathering Online let us make our own cards just to playtest what it would be like. Another Fable.
This guy's hand sucks.
That is awkward, but okay. Who knows? Maybe they don't have anything. It always comes back face up. It's why you can't blink the ones that are normally sorceries. Well, I don't want to not use my mana. This is really dangerous with Fury, so I guess we're going to kill it. Okay, we're going to see what happens if they got an Undying Evil. Show me what you got. No, it just dies. Alright, so we don't know. We're not going to find out today, at least.
Big.
I don't have anything else to do. I mean, okay, what are my other options here? I could Tide Shaper this. So you're definitely going to have Fury up next turn, but I can attack for 9 this turn. Unless you kill this and then block one of these. That's fine with me. Okay, so that sounds good. Let's hit for 9. And then they'll be at 2. And then even if they Fury, I could still play Lord next turn and attack for the win. That's assuming they don't have Fatal Push for like one of, I don't know, my Mutavault or something. That's probably a good line. Fatal. Actually, yeah, if they have Fatal Push, they'd probably Fatal Push the Mutavault, take 6. See, I think that, I mean, that's assuming they have Fury in hand. Because the next turn they could just play the Fury easily. And then wipe out the entire board.
No blockies. Oh no.
I'm gonna block my Mutavault. How dare you? Okay, let's see. Is Fury coming up? Is there a Fury in my future? They had some opportunities. They didn't take it. Maybe they're just trying to hard cast the Fury the best that they can. They need a red source though. They get discarded. Well, they discard Blackleaf Cliff, so maybe I'm just wrong here. Maybe they don't have Fury in hand. Yeah, opponent's not furious enough.
Oh.
Because otherwise, I don't know what you're waiting for. I mean, here's some juicy creatures here right now. Okay. EE on 2. Actually, uh-oh. That's not good. So we attack for 4. And I guess play Tide Shaper. That's not bad. So if there is a Fury in my future, it's not the worst.
Gonna pop it?
You gonna pop it? What are you gonna do? Pop it like a zit? Pop that pimple? Okay, so let's rebuild by... we can play Dockhand and the Tide Shaper, which is convenient. And if we draw a land, maybe we can just kill our opponent. Because this is lethal if we draw a land. So if they go Fury, I'll play Subtlety. YOLO! Hope we draw any random land. Yeah, it would be infuriating. The whole deck is infuriating. This is like the only deck I don't feel like I have any I don't feel like I have any control over winning against. How dare you? Actually, that's risky. I guess it's less risky if you take my... now I'm really screwed if you play Fury. I can't beat Reflections of Kiki Jiki. I can't beat anything. No! Okay, what's gonna happen here? Okay, so they took the Subtlety. They're like, No, 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 we can't have this.
They didn't say the magic word.
Okay, so here's where things get rough. Because they can keep copying this Fury over and over again. And I don't have Island Walk anymore because they're going to kill the Tide Shaper. My one of Tide Shaper in the deck, which I tried to side them all out, but I just didn't have enough cards to side out. Okay, so now what do we want to do? So you do have Undead, yeah. Okay, it's not hopeless, but it's not good. So what are we hoping for? Dismember, Harbinger.
Still got a lot of life to work with.
But even then, like, it's not very good because this Reflections of Kiki Jiki can, like, copy this thing at any moment. Maybe Ottawara if I can draw one more land. I'm running out of time, though. So... play attack for 3. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Put him to 2. Like, I'm not immediately dead. Oh, wait a minute. Does it give haste? Maybe I'm dead. I'm exactly at 16. Oh, no, but it'll copy... This is 8, but then the second one's a 3/3. So I'll get hit for 14. Okay, so I'm not dead. What do you think of Mana Leak so far? I think it's good. I think it's good. I think it's like it's probably like a small upgrade to the deck overall. I think I like it a little bit more than Force Negation in the main deck. Okay, so
Might just squeeze this one out.
they don't want.
Spreading
That
seeds,
is
spreading
interesting.
seeds, spreading seeds, spreading seeds, spreading seeds, spreading seeds, spreading seeds.
That's not what I want, actually. Okay, how to play this out? So now they're like, my life total is a little low. What I really need is a way to kill this reflection of Kiki Jiki, because it just makes infinite Furies. Oh, I see what they're going to do. They're going to end of turn, make a Fury, blow this thing up, and then on their turn make another Fury and attack with all of them at once. Yeah, that will work. Yeah, I really need like Trickster or something. Trickster now in the game would be fantastic. Well, I don't know about fantastic. Does Fury ETB hit players? No. Welcome to Modern, Chris K. Welcome to Modern. Because Modern play wouldn't be asking that question. That's okay, you can ask questions. It's all good. If you need that clarity.
Throw Sveilun out there.
Well, if I put Sveilun out, then they copy this, copy the Fury, kill off Master of the Pearl Trident, untap. Well, I mean, I guess this is the best thing I can do. Why are we wasting time?
Just leave the Mutavault.
What?
So you can activate it to give it...
No, I can still activate it. Doesn't change anything. I guess that's our only hope, that they're going to try to kill the Sveilun with the Fury. That is a line. If they do that, then we live to see another day. I'm thinking, what's going to happen here? What's the big idea? I'm not doing anything. No attacks. I play Death Shadow. Nobody plays Fury against Death Shadow. I guess not. Well, why not? Like, doesn't a lot of Death Shadow decks play like Ragavan and Dragon Rage Chandler? I would imagine Fury is still good there. What are your support cards? Alright. Please go after Sveilun. If they go after Sveilun, we're golden. Yeah, but we can only win if our opponent screws up. Yeah, so this is the line. Oh no, they're putting all 4 damage on that guy. Oh no. And they paid the 1 too. Copy this. They eat up Sveilun. I guess yeah, they have no choice. All right. Thanks for the games. Moving on. Gonna try to remember to say good games in chat. You gotta remind me. You know, I'm a high good luck sort of person. I should say good games in chat afterwards. Anyway, that was a rough game 1. Scam matchup. I don't know where we are positioned versus the scam matchup, but it's I definitely don't feel like I'm ever really in control of this matchup. So, like, if I win, it's because, you know, their hand just didn't work out. They went for the scam, and we neutralized. And if it doesn't work out, then, sorry, like, they either, like, destroy you, or their hand peters out and does nothing.
That's magic.
But it's so much on their deck. Oh, we won the die roll. The hand is fine. I would not say this hand is very good. The hand is fine.
Hey, Mulligan.
I'll probably start with Island Ether Vial. Actually, his hand is poor, but I'll keep it. Like, there's some decks maybe this will be good.
Go to 5.
Too bad no Tolarian Academy anymore. What are you talking about in Modern? That was never a thing. It's not even a Modern legal card.
Yes, it is. In my basement tournament, it is. They're thinking about it. You should go to 5.
My opponent says, hello, Merfolk Master. Well, hello there.
Oh, you went to 5.
It's my experience with Scam as well. There's so much
Went to
variance in
4.
the Scam matchup. Oh my god, it's Dredge! Oh no! Okay, it's either that or Tron.
Went to 3.
Oh god, is it Dredge? Who's playing Dredge in 2023? It can't be anything else. I mean, maybe it's Hammer Time, but I think usually this would mean Tron. But usually Tron will keep at like 5 or 4, but Dredge will go deeper. Can always go deeper with Dredge.
All right, we're about to see.
Yeah. Okay, it's Tron. Chromatic Star. Starring you. Am I going to counter anything turn 2? Probably. Okay, so we'll play the Mutavault first. I could play a Lord, but I think I'll just play my Lords off of the Vial. I am a person who likes to attack the mana in a Tron matchup, so if they play Sylvan Scrying here, I'll just counter the hell out of it. Yeah. Because the thing is, it's if you give them Tron mana, I think it's way harder to just counter all the threats. But at the very least, you're still gonna make them scramble. Like, we have more disruption for the mana base anyway with Dockhand and like Tide Shaper, but it's just so hard to deal with like any of their top decks if they already have Tron out. That's fine. I guess we will maybe sandbag the Trickster. So I don't really want to commit anything to the board yet until I know what my opponent's doing. So I'll attack for 2. I hope that does not screw with me. Actually, this was inaccurate. I should have played Cavern of Souls first and activated it just so that my opponent thinks I might have Spell Pierce or something. You never know.
Oh, good.
That's a good sign. That's why I attack the mana, people. That's why I attack the mana. I'm a mana attacker. Ooh, that's a really good draw. Okay, so we'll go... Guess we'll just attack for 5. Then we'll play Dockhand. Might just kill on our next turn. We have 13 damage, probably.
Upkeep.
I can't. It's not Summoning Sickness.
Oh, that's so stupid.
Yeah, well, everything should have haste.
Yeah.
Okay, here's a map. Okay, so they're gonna get a little bit ahead, but they're still far behind. Okay, this is winning. This will be 4, 8, 14 damage. Yeah, so. And they are F6ing, so that means it's in the bag.
That's how Fish does it.
Yep. All right, Mana Leak. I mean, probably we would have won if this was Force Negation. I would have used Force Negation, but we wouldn't have won that very turn. But we probably would have won anyway, because they would have spent their next turn cracking Expedition map. Okay, cards. Good in this matchup. Spraying Seas is good. Force Negation is good. Anything that can counterspell anything to find lands. And Subtlety is good because if they do get to the point where they cast Planeswalkers, I mean, it's basically as a time walk. Cards that are not good. Dismember is not that good. Unless you know that they're going to have like a lot of Eldrazi's. But usually they don't. All these Dockhands are insanely good. Sveiloon is poor. Very clunky. Good God, I have too many good cards. Alright, so in that case, we have 26 creatures. I'd like to keep... Okay, we'll take out 1 Trickster. It's possible I should take out a counterspell, but no, I'm not going to do that. Good morning, Aaron.
They went to 3? Yeah, they went to 3.
Yeah, so I mean, we didn't really win that game. Our
yeah.
opponent lost it. That's how I would put it. This hand's fine.
Dang.
We'll keep. It's a little weak. because it's on the draw. But at least, yeah, one piece of disruption, I'm good.
They didn't mulligan to 0 like I prefer. Spreading seas.
We have one. You want more?
That's not
How
spreading.
greedy you want to get?
It's a tight shape.
We have Mutavault. Mutavault's good in the matchup. The turn 2 expedition map. I'm not thrilled to see that. But whatever. Can't do anything about it. There, you happy?
Yeah.
My brother's happy. Put a big smile on his face.
You know what you must do.
Well, you just play Tide Shaper first. So this came out first. This came out second. I'll hit this one. Did you have it? They probably had Natural Tron. There's no way. They had to have had Natural Tron, I think. Yeah. Because they just did nothing for like a million turns of the game. Uh-oh. Dismember? Don't do it. He did nothing. That Jaber did nothing wrong.
Yeah, but if you play this, you can't dismember Spreading Seas.
So I am probably going to play Spreading Seas next turn.
Yes.
So we just keep them off of the manas.
Another one. That's also
That's a useful card while we were tapping out. Alright, attack for 2. And I'll probably hit at the tower. It sort of seems like that's the vulnerable card. I'd hit Power Plant again, but they didn't play another Power Plant.
Another one, another one, another one, another one.
You like that? They probably don't. The hell is this? They're making Eldrazi Scion? Oh, okay. They can do that. Now, truth be told, I don't know what's in their hand. They got another tower? Oh, so that's the vulnerable land, huh?
Another one.
Good question is, what am I going to do next? Like, they're going to cast something. Do I force to negate it, pitching Mana Leak, or do I pitch a Lord and keep Mana Leak for one more turn?
Here comes Karn.
Well, I hope not. You're right.
It's always Karn when they hit 4.
Maybe I don't do anything here.
And then they get bridge and
Like, what are they gonna... Like, they could get bridge, but, like, I don't even care. Are you also of the opinion that Arena is like Weenie Hut Jr. for Magic? No. I have nothing against Arena, but I can't play Modern. Because the thing is, I want to keep all the cards in my hand. I want to play a Lord and hold up Mana Leak. And then maybe have this other thing up. Because I can kill this Karn next turn for sure. No matter what they do.
Alright.
If they get Bridge, I will counter it. With Force Negation, with certainty. If they get Walking Ballista, that could be a problem. Problem is, I don't know how many Lords I need. It would be really nice for this thing to resolve. I draw a blue card, and then I for sure can keep my 2 Lords. Because these are the most valuable here. Because I need to put a clock on my opponent. The clock is still important. And Mana Leak could get weak, like, really soon. If my opponent just plays Tronland Ugin, then I'm toast. But I'm toast anyway. This is weird. I don't usually do this, but I'll let this resolve. I don't usually do this. Now they're like, I wasn't expecting that. Okay, they're taking it up. That's fine with me. So I can play a Lord and attack it and it dies. So it does Time Walk. That's not bad. So we'll Time Walk me for a turn, but we do have backup, and then we'll have a lot of power on the battlefield afterwards. Everything at Karn, because I don't trust Karn.
Bye, Karn.
Problem is letting resolve also slows the clock down because they gain 3 life if you have to kill Karn. Well, not really, because given the context of my hand, it's a lot of power here. And the 3 life, I don't know if how much that really matters. Alright, don't play Ballista. Okay, they got Tron, which means my Mana Leak's looking pretty crappy right now. How much mana do they have? They have 7, 8, 9. Not enough. What's for 5 mana?
One of the Eldrazi's we saw this morning.
Yeah. Yeah, keep spending mana. Worm coil? I don't really actually have to do anything about that.
All we need is a Trickster to take
Not yet.
Trickster.
No, I can outrace this thing. Well, could have used that a second ago. Okay, Merfolk. Okay, play Merfolk. I'm pretty sure erasing this Worm Coil. I attack for 7, go to 11, go up to 17, then I attack for 4, 8, 12. So what, I have to attack with this Mutavault? That's fine. I got like Force Negation and Subtlety for the next 2 turns. I just have to hope our opponent doesn't hit Ulamog. It's the only thing we're in trouble. Yeah, it's live, Final Boss. You're watching it live. Hello, El Grand. At least you only need 1 life to play. Yeah, that's right. If you're racing a Worm Coil, you're going to have a bad time. No, I'm going to have a good time. I've raced Worm Coils my entire life. This Worm Coil is nothing. Not with that spreading seas over there. Do you like the seas, Worm Coil? Do you like the beach? Like the sound of that ocean? Here it comes.
I hate it. Rusts him up, all that salt water.
Yeah. Like 13 life? Pfft, that's nothing on this board. Oh god, they played another land. Just don't play Ulamog. Stop! No, okay, we're screwed. Okay, that I couldn't beat. I couldn't beat that stupid card. But I wasn't gonna beat it anyway.
Lame.
Yeah, it is lame. And I could even counter with Mana Leak if I had the option. Alright, so we lose some permanents. By some, I mean a lot. And we will do this, I guess. Final Boss, huge fan of Coffee and MTG. Thank you very much. Just want to say thank you. You're welcome. Okay, now I don't know how to race this card. Now we're in trouble. I was good against every card. I was fine, except Ulamog.
Harbinger.
I mean, that was a perfect draw. It's useless. Attack for 6. Ah, we're just not going to win. I mean, in theory, I could Trickster that thing a million times. Oh, I can't attack. So I can't attack the Mutavault. We got to try to counter the Ulamog. The Lollermog. I did my best. We spreading seas the land. The best I could. Fortunately, the clock against Worm Coil is very slow. The clock against an Ulamog is very fast. Wipe my library out in a jiffy. Time to say good game to the other player. No, not yet. I'm up in this match. This match is not over. Let's see. We're gonna eat up 2 more permanents. All right, you can eat my permanent. It's not over yet. I've seen worse. It's funny they don't kill my Tide Shaper. I mean, that gives you more mana. I guess they don't need it.
They think.
Yeah, they think.
Stifle.
Okay, so here's how it works. And I have beaten Tron players from here. We just top deck like a million Tricksters. It's just Trickster into Trickster into Trickster. And it's like Trickster, Trickster, Lord, win. That's the solution. Although we've lost a lot of Lords. Lord down. Many Lords down.
Trickster.
Bam! So don't resign in this. If you think this is hopeless, like, we're gonna lose 98% of the time. But I would say 1 in 50 times that we can win this. I don't know, maybe even higher. Like, you don't have, like, because the thing is, Tron has such a likelihood of flooding out and just drawing nothing for 7 turns. Like, they have all this mana, but they have just nothing to spend it on. So if you can just answer the stupid thing in some way, then you can win. Does this let you from infinite loops, or are you locked from the... I'm not locked at all. I don't know what you mean by that. Okay, force negate that.
Sorry, Bob.
Yeah, sorry. Not really, though.
Where's that clump of tricksters?
Yeah, where's the clump? We need a clump of tricksters. A big clump. The biggest of clumps. Alright, well, okay, now it looks bad. Because we need a lot of tricksters. We also need our opponent to really top deck really bad. If only they start, yeah, if only they start with 4 less cards. But that's the risk you take with playing Tron. Like, really. See, all of these cards we could answer. It's just this card we couldn't beat. On that one turn, we couldn't beat Ulamog. Well, they still have things to do? What the hell is going on here? Oh, they're getting the Gigantha. Could have done that last. They forgot about their Gigantha. Okay, whatever. Seen enough. Trickster can try to beat. Where's my tricksters? No, none of this stuff's gonna work. Oh, here's our tricksters. Anyway, submit. We had a really good hand. It was just we just awkwardly couldn't beat what was out there. We won the die roll. You'd like to play? I would love to go first.
Big. Huge, in fact.
What do you want?
Everything, and there it is.
This hand's not that good.
It has answers early for everything.
No, but I don't have pressure.
Pressure will be drawn.
Oh, yeah? I can lose with this hand. I'll keep it, but, like, it's a bit risky.
You went a 6.
It gets better the more they mulligan, because, like, this forcing to get... Oh, they've mulliganed to 5. The more they mulligan, the better this hand gets.
This guy's just not having a good week with Tron.
But, like, the problem is... So, against Tron, I prefer to have 2 creatures, because 2 creatures is a decent enough clock to close out the game before they can get their game online. But this is not a decent clock. This is a 10-turn clock. It's going to take a while. We'll play Ottawa, I guess. And pass.
Just spread that first thing coming out.
Absolutely not. So if you watch my channel, I aggressively go after these, like, this crap. Very aggressively.
He was counting on that.
They might have been. Oh, we got our creature. But we do need one more creature. So they'll play a Tron land, I'll Spreading Seas it, then over the next 2 turns we might have room to play one more creature and hold up a mana leak. Haywire Might! Uh-oh! Exile target non-creature artifact or non-creature enchantment. We don't have green up yet.
He had 1 green land last turn.
You mean last game? Max Sphere? Oh, they got the green mana now. Okay, so they can deal with my Spreading Seas. This is not going well. I still don't have a clock. I have regrets. I wish I just mulliganed this hand. It has so many answers, but like I said, like you need a decent clock. Why listen to you? Okay, so they're gonna exile the enchantment, I'm guessing. They could also just Sylvan Scrying. No. Okay, you can gain some life. Oh, wait, that's interesting. Okay, Relic. Not good against us, but maybe they just didn't have enough good cards to side in, so it's just a cycler. Alright, they're down. They're landless. Creature! I need a creature! I don't have many in the deck. Okay. Merfolk. Play Vile. Pass. Because if you have a clock, that's good. If you don't have a clock, you're screwed. Exile everything in the graveyards. They're all gone. Alright, they got a forest. It's not terrible. But apparently they can't do anything with it. Okay, that's great. Okay, now we got the clock, and that's a good clock too. So we could... The game will be over in 3 more turns. Maybe less if I draw 1 more creature.
Did you get that Tron land?
They can just start casting cards soon. I will mana leak this. No lands for you.
Sorry, Bob. Yeah.
Gustav's like, yay, who's here to see Merfolk? Welcome to everyone who doesn't even, like, usually watch me play, like, Magic the Gathering at all. Just learning out I'm a Merfolk master. Uh-oh. Okay. Now if I draw a creature, it's not really relevant. So I gotta be careful with what resolves. Okay, you're at 4 mana, so you can just hard cast like Karn the Great Crit. Like this might be another situation where like Karn resolves and I'll just be like, sure. Oh no! Better not be Ulamog again. Oh my god, this card! Sure. Okay. Funny enough, I don't have my mana leak for this Ulamog.
You had to have that show this morning.
Is it when it attacks too? You cast this spell? No.
Maybe you should have put his ass in D tier.
Yeah. I gave him S tier. I gave him S tier.
And that was a mistake. Showed him too much respect.
Truth be told, if they played like, what's it called, Wormcoil, that would have been a problem too. The thing is, they only have like 2 Ulamog in their deck. And I don't know if this started off in their opening hand, but like, it's really awkward to get to that 10 mana. It's really awkward to get to 10 mana. I have a lot of mana disruption. Alright. Okay, what am I am hoping for Trickster. I need
Spreading
Trickster.
Seas into Trickster.
So yeah, that'd be the hottest. No. This like locks out any chance I have of getting back in this game. Well, they have to have a bunch of cards, so. Now I don't know if Bridge is a worthwhile card of getting. Even if we stop it, he will rain. Yeah. This is a very sad result because actually I think my deck is normally stacked versus Tron because it's got a lot of mana disruption and a lot of lords. I don't think there's anywhere our opponent can go wrong. They can Karn for anything. I don't know if I can get back into this game at all.
You can. It's possible.
I can like Spreading Seas, Urza's Tower. So they got Coding. Okay, that might make it possible. Okay, so I can Spreading Seas the Tower, Trickster the Ulamog. Oh, I could even okay, Spreading Seas Tower bounce this thing with an Otawara somewhere later in the game. I do have one more Otawara left in my deck.
Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on.
Technically I have one more turn left. No, because he's gonna turn my Mutavault. No, my Mutavault will still be a 2/2. Okay, so I guess I'm gonna have how many cards left in my deck? Top 20. We're playing to our outs. Do we even have Tricksters left in our deck? There's one Trickster gone. One Trickster down. Plenty of other Tricksters left. As long as there's Tricksters, is a way. But I also need a Spreading Seas. I don't even have many cards left to win the game. Alright, we're gonna block. It's time to block this damn thing.
Maybe MTG will bug out and he'll die.
Also, we're also losing to just like, I guess we're still losing to the stupid Gigantha. Your out is your opponent having a heart attack. I know. That out never happened.
Well, there was that one time that guy never showed up. I wasn't there, but Andy was.
Oh, yeah. Otawara down. Okay, that's enough. It's fine. Thank you very much. Good games. Oh, not a good start here. First matchup is random. Second matchup, that's a good matchup. That's a very good matchup. Although, we should reiterate, the keep, even though the keep was risky, it's like okay, but it's risky. Because like we would have killed our opponent a long time ago if we just had like one extra threat on turn 1 or turn 3. But we didn't get the second threat for, I don't know, turns 5 or 6. So against Tron, like you can't, it's hard to win with just a big pile of removal and one creature. Because you gotta look at it like every turn of the clock that you let your opponent live is like another card that they draw. That's how you have to look at it. So like if it's a 10-turn clock, I'm basically letting my opponent draw 10 cards. Do I have 10 answers to everything? And at some point, when your opponent has Tron, they like throw Haymaker after Haymaker after Haymaker, and then exhaust you of all your counter magic. It's like Wormcoil, deal with it. Oblivion Stone, deal with it. Karn the Great Creator, deal with it. Ugin, deal with it. Karn Liberated, deal with it. Do you own a cube? No, I don't own a cube.
No. It's a triangle.
Yeah. Now, how good was Mana Leak? Mana Leak wasn't bad. Even that was actually one of the worst matchups for Mana Leak, because the problem with Mana Leak versus Counterspell is sometimes your opponent has a lot of mana to pay for it, and actually was okay there.
Emrakul is a triangle.
Is it? Well, not really.
Triangular.
I don't know. It's very spaghetti-like. No, I hate limited, actually, Mason. I am not a limited. I don't mind playing power cubes. I don't mind playing power cubes, but outside of that, I don't like playing regular cubes. We're up against Josh G.
It's just joshing around.
Yeah, Screwlamog. Used to play Modern, and your streams have helped me get back into it. Oh, welcome. I'm glad I could help. We're on the draw. Our hand is not great, but it's okay on the draw. Prefer some of these lands were utility lands. And we're up against Affinity.
Dun, dun, dun.
Haven't seen that in a little while. This Mana Leak is going to rot really quickly, so I gotta throw this Mana Leak at... This hand is not very good. I think I would prefer to have more Disruption, Spreading Sea... No, I don't have Spreading Sea's main deck, but I have Tide Shaper, because they're almost certainly going to play... What the hell? This is really Affinity. Guessing it's just mono blue Affinity with like this crap. Thoughtcast, okay. Countering that with Mana Leak would be good. I will try to counterspell something, because this is probably a turn where they can go big. I don't have a lot of great targets, to be honest. I mean, the thing I'd want to hit the most, I guess, is a Thought Monitor. I don't even know if I can counterspell it at this point. This thing is, yeah, like I can't even counter it. They've got 3 mana. I'm gonna try to hit another Thought Monitor. Like some of these things are just straight up free.
This deck has always been a thorn in your side.
I like the matchup now. Like the matchup's great now. Oh, that was actually better than anything. Okay, I forgot that I could hit Cranial Plating. All right, we scored big time. Let's got Spell Pierce. They might have Spell Pierce in their main deck. This is, you know what? It's so much different now. The matchup is a lot better ever since the Force Negation got printed, so we can counter stuff like this. Ever since they lost Mox Opal, that's a huge beating on their deck. So the matchup is very, very different today. This is not that bad of a matchup. I'm not happy that I'm on the draw. And my hand is not very interactive. But it's not so bad. It's not as bad as it looks. On top of that, they're an Urza Saga deck, so like Spreading Seas and Tide Shaper are like a real beating versus those cards. Because the thing is, their deck usually is just a bunch of crap, but then they've got a payoff card, so we just have to deal with the payoff card. And we have a lot of answers to those payoff cards, like including even Ottawara is going to be live soon. No! The second Cranial Plating. They drew 6 cards, so. We need Hull Breacher and Modern!
Yeah,
they probably, we didn't even do anything, probably.
That'd be good, though.
Do you ever stream Vintage Cube? I have, actually. I just did it once. I'm not big into Vintage Cube. $12 power. Hold on. Give me a second here. Okay, 12 power. Okay, I can do nothing about this. Smack me for 12. It's flying, right? Yeah. We will most certainly lose game 1. Is there even an island here? No, there's no island. Alright, I'm back. A lot of disturbance here. Okay, so what did we draw? Not okay, I haven't drawn yet. That's good. I mean, that's good, but the problem is they do have double black here to swap Rooney this thing if they want to. Okay, but I do have Otawara as well. Just trying to think of what's the best way to actually win this game. I could attack with both. Give your opponent a warm welcome. Okay, so I could play... Okay, I'm going to definitely play my island here. Okay, attack for 6. If they double block, I guess I can Otawara one thing back to hand. I'm trying to think of what's the best way to put myself in a position to win the game. I guess I just have to attack with... Actually, probably I should attack with the Mutavault, because that would have been 10 damage. Okay, so they don't block. That's 6. Do I have... Yeah, okay, I do have lethal on the board if they don't block anything. Do you have a cat? I do have no Cathar. Look, I'm allowed to have bathroom breaks, you know. Patchwork. Whenever you cast an artifact spell, put a counter on this and has ward 2. That's okay. Looks like I need to top deck a Tide Shaper in order to win this game, though. Because I don't have natural island walk. And I can survive one more turn, but I think that's about it. Yeah, you gotta see the stream underneath my chair. We need like another... What's it called? Another webcam for this. They must be calculating every single way they could possibly lose this game. Okay. Beginning of combat, we will tap down the we'll Trickster down the Thought Monitor. Hopefully let them attack with everything. It doesn't really matter. And then if they attack with everything and then swap the cranial plating for something else, we'll bounce the cranial plating with Otawara. I guess I can block the Frogmite. Now this is where they tap. This for black. Tap a creature. Quay says, always great to see more Merfolk action. Love the streams, brother. Glad to be able to catch one live. Welcome. I guess I'm just gonna bounce this plating. And you shall attack for 2. Okay, so we have 1 shot at winning this. We do have to rip a Tide Shaper, and that's it. Nothing else will work. It's Tide Shaper or bust. If we got an extra 4 damage, maybe a Trickster would have done the job too, but I didn't get in that extra 4 damage. Alright. Tide Shaper? I think Tide Shapers are only out. Damn it, why can't these artifact lands also add blue mana? If they only block 1, we'll be safe. No, they saw the line of blocking too, so this is just 9 damage. Alright, we're gonna concede. We're gonna concede. Alright, cards that are good in this matchup. Force Negation is fine, Subtlety is... Actually, I don't really find Subtlety that great. Okay, Spreading Seas is important as a way of getting Island Walk and also a way of dealing with Urza Saga. Rishon Dockhand is not that good. Dismember is good. I think Harbinger in general is good, because it bounces some of the clunkier creatures. Mana Leak is not good. This is a tap out. Whoops, this is a tap out matchup, so I don't find that very good. Harbinger is fine. Just don't bounce. What's its name? Okay, Force Negation is also very good. Now, what do I take out? Maybe 1 Spreading Seas? I like Harbinger. Maybe it's not well, actually, we can take out 2 Sphaloon. Okay. Maybe I should have... Actually, maybe I should take out all the Sphaloon. There we go. Sphaloon's not that important. Touch of Sin misses the unstable islands. I love that island too, but this new island has stolen my heart. I assume Elite Arcanist is too slow for a permanent solution to counters. I have no idea what you're even talking about. Okay, I'll keep this hand. This hand is like, if I can get to a 3rd land, maybe it's okay. It's a bit awkward. They didn't even play anything. Okay, Force Negation is fine. Alright, let's just get the beatdown then. So we have Force Negation for Cranial Plating. Probably pitching Harbinger at this point. I'll just maximize my lords and try to lord them out. Sure. And here come the creatures. I need to pay 2 for this. Or I just bounce it with Harbinger. I don't feel like holding up a Hex Catcher, so I'll just play this. I'm probably going to dump one of these Hex Catchers to the Force Negation now. He's a blue creature, Isochron Scepter with no limits. Oh yeah, that's... Isochron Scepter effects, not good in Modern. A lot of permanent removal. Artifact land cycling from the Sojourner's Companion. Our opponent needs mana, so do I. Artifact land cycling, so weird. Tanglepool Bridge has been revealed. Okay, that land was great. So now I can attack with both of these. If they do a gang block, probably I can wipe out the entire board. Because I can dismember a non-ward creature and then flash in Hexcatcher. So I'll just maximize my damage here. Oh, I lost the first one. Yeah, I need to. I wasn't. I did put myself in a position to win the game. So I mean, if I top decked the Tide Shaper, it would have been great. I think all things considered, I like our chances. I could do nothing about this, so it resolves. Patchwork automation's gonna get real big real fast. It doesn't look too bad. If we get hit really hard by patchwork automation just once, then like we can bounce it back with Harbinger. Well, I mean, this is like mono blue affinity. They can just spew out a bunch of stuff, right? Do I care about? I don't care about Pithing Needle. Sure, we want to hit my Hexcatcher. That's fine. We'll name Hexcatcher.
I only made it a while.
Oh yeah, that's a great card to name right now.
See Validity Nathan
They named Hexcatcher.
It's banned in Brawl.
Yeah, I know.
You don't know now. I knew before you did.
Patchwork automation gets even bigger. How much bigger you want this patchwork thing? Okay. So very likely I'm going to Harbinger this next turn. Do I have any good attacks? I don't know. I mean, I could try to attack. Ooh. My opponent's at 12? So close, yet so far. I could just Harbinger bounce. And then hold up Dismember for one big possible blowout. Or I could attack with my 2 lords. If they make any blocks. I'm not good against every block, to be honest. Does anything have flying? Yeah, this guy has flying. So if they all 5 block 1 creature, that's not bad. It's not the worst. Like, I could just play Harbinger, bounce this thing, then I will have more than 12 damage on the crackback next turn. There's nothing really threatening me. If something gets really threatening, I just dismember it and then Tide Shaper for victory. But I sort of want to get in for some damage right now. Patchwork has Ward too. Oh yeah, I forgot this affects like even abilities. Yeah, it affects abilities too. So okay, so like the other plan B is I just attack with these 2 dummies. And then maybe even do a block with Hexcatcher on the Patchwork if necessary. I mean, I'm not afraid of cranial plating or anything like that. Okay, we'll just attack. I don't think they've got great blocks. They would have to put all 5 in front of 1 creature in order for that to be an effective block. Because this is not going to be an effective block. Because I can Hexcatcher and Dismember one of them. That's fine. Alright, maybe, is it smart to Dismember first?
Just in case it's a counterspell.
Okay, we'll get rid of the stupid Thought Monitor. I think the only thing I'm concerned about is maybe Force of Negation. Okay. So I don't even know if they play Force of Negation. So we get him for 5 damage. They go to... Paying for costs! What do you mean paying for costs? What costs are there to be paid? Oh, they're going to dismember the other guy. Well, that is just rude. So everything dies. I have no Island Walk creatures anymore. Well, I didn't see that coming.
Still took 4 damage though.
Yeah, but like there's a 6/6 on the battlefield, so I'm gonna have to take 6. I need to draw. What's it called? I need to draw land for this damn patchwork automation. Another patchwork automation. Okay, I'm actually just dead. I needed an island walk lord pretty badly. But what was the solution? I just do nothing? I guess I could just play nothing and pass. That may not work anyway. They had dismember the entire time. Sure. Maybe it's worth force negating. Maybe not. Springleaf drum. Alright, I'm going to 2. Haywire mites.
Nice to see you again.
Not really. So now they're at a virtual 10. Because they can gain 2 life just by exiling one of their things, I think. Exile target. Non-creature artifact. Yeah, it could be anything. Oh, going to 1.
We can harbinger it.
Okay, so if I draw a land, I need to go like, I need to draw a land, bounce this. Okay, we drew a land. So we are going to play this land. Now if I draw an island walk lord. Okay, we'll bounce you. I'm going to pay the ward. Maybe I should have played this at flash speed. Yeah, because then I could block this 3/3. Because now it's going to come down as a 4/4 and I have to do a chump block. I screwed this up. Okay. Yeah, I should just pass. If they could make a big attack, but then I bounce this thing, block this. Because now this thing's going to come down. It's going to be bigger. All right, that's a problem. Oh, well, it was going to get bigger anyway. Do I care now?
Yeah.
Okay, let it resolve. We need this Tide Shaper. It's Tide Shaper or bust.
It's a living weapon.
Oh yeah, flash speed means we can't pay ward. That's true. That ward is so awkward. Okay, I'm countering something before this game is over. Well, they can't equip though. Okay, it resolves. Can only gain 6 life. So if I chump block here. Yeah, I can't flash and pay ward at the same time. Wow, what a shitty league. Oops, hold on. Oh, I can't say good game. That's okay. Okay, we're going to the next one. Whoops. Everything's going to hell. Well, that's not good. This is not a great showing for Mana Leak in the main deck. Countering something. Now, this actually would be a matchup where Force Negation in the main is better. Because at least you are able... Because this is a tap-out matchup. You're tapping out constantly, so you want to be able to counter the cranial plating while you're racing the opponent. I would like to counter something before the game is over. Now, you know what? Like, screw this. I'm dropping. I would like to drop. DROP. No, I'm not playing 0-3 leagues anymore. That's a little bit too beyond me. All right. I don't think this is a bad build, but I'll play test more of it later, I guess. Hold on,
You did great last night.
No, I didn't. I went 3-2. Losing those stupid... Where's... There we go. Deck tech. All right, what can I say about this deck? I felt like I got cheesed out. I don't even think Affinity is even that bad of a matchup. And I don't even have Silvergill Adept in the main deck. But I couldn't find a way to break through the defense... We actually... I don't know. Was there another way I could play that? They had Dismember. I didn't respect Dismember. But I didn't think that that was even a card that I needed to respect. Heads up, interesting heads up play on them for, what's it called? Using Hexcatcher? Like, sorry, hitting Pithing Needle on Hexcatcher? Actually was relevant that game. Because I could have countered that stupid thing. Nika took a chance in 2 of those hands, nearly paid off, not a bad build. Well, I mean, the build is very close to what I'd normally play anyway. It's not really all that different. So, like, the only difference is, like, there's Mana Leak. Instead of having, like, Flusterstorm in the sideboard or Chalice and having Force Negation in the main, I got Force Negation in the sideboard, Mana Leak in the main. I'm confident, like, this is, it's going to be playable. I don't know if it's optimal, but I do believe it's playable. So, for everyone who loves Legacy, okay, we're going to go be playing that next. But for all the modern Merfolk fans, that's going to be it for this one. So, thank you very much for watching. Going to have to reiterate on this deck. Hopefully, we get better luck next time, but I'll see you guys next time.